Hi there, welcome to Ask the Chiropractor, your source for ultimate health, healing, and chiropractic related information. I'm Dr. Adam Rodnick out of Commerce Township, Michigan, and I'm your host today. We're here with our co-host, Dr. Ruben Rubenstein out of Troy, Michigan.
How are you?
And our special guest today, Dr. Anat Shlagman out of West Bloomfield, and she is a traditional naturopathic physician, and we're glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So I want to start off by asking you, so what is a traditional naturopathic physician?
So this is actually a holistic approach to health. We look at everything, at the physical aspect, at the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect, emotional aspects in the person. And when we look at the physical aspect on the body, we tend to look at all the organs and the systems as connected to each other. We cannot separate one as its function as its own. So we look if something is imbalanced, or if some system, let's say the digestive system, then we're looking at all other what could be the root cause for that. And we go from that on, and we keep looking at the whole.
So I know you use the word holistic, and I know it's a word that a lot of people hear, but may not actually know what that means. What do people mean when they say the word holistic?
It's written like with H, holistic, but it means whole with the WH, like a whole. So when we look at the body, we cannot separate anything else. We look at it as everything is affecting each other, everything is affected by each other. So you cannot say that if you got hurt in your leg, then nothing else is affected. So it may, so we are looking on all the aspects, and we connect everything to the emotional state. We want everything to be balanced, the mental state, the spiritual, and this is basically
That's fantastic,
holistic.
and that's what, a lot of people hear that type of a word, holistic, but don't really understand exactly what it means. And, even that same type of concept is what we use as a chiropractor as well. Even if someone comes in with back pain, we want to look at their entire spine to see if there's any interference or problems anywhere else and how it's affecting everything else. So it really makes sense when people understand that the body isn't just one part here, one part there, and works as 70 trillion cells working simultaneously together.
Completely, even energetic states, because we are energetic entities, so the energy affects the physical and the physical affects the energy. So we are also balancing also energies.
Absolutely. And can you tell us a little bit of how you got into this profession?
Basically, I loved nature since I was young. I didn't like to use drugs if I was sick, or I didn't like to give it to my kids. And slowly, I progressed into, I started reading stuff, and I read that, everything that you put on your skin is entering your bloodstream much faster than your digestive. And so, slowly I progressed into wanting to learn more about health and in natural ways. And I found this school, and it's a complete set of everything, because you learn about herbs, you learn about nutrition, you learn about the body, you learn about energy work, you learn actually a whole aspect about healing that you can apply, and these are really effective tools, although look simple, but they're really effective.
Now tell us a little bit about the schooling process too. People may hear the word naturopath or may not know much about it, but let everyone know kind of the schooling process. And the fact is that it is a doctorate degree, and you do hours and hours and hours of clinical learning that most people may not realize.
Yes, and we need to remember that it's a traditional naturopathic. It's not, we're not doing any types of drugs or any type of diagnosis or any type of medical stuff. We're going like 100 years ago, in the past. So we really go back to basic. We talk about basic foods, real foods. We talk about how to manipulate stuff in the body with your hands, how to feel the body and understand what is happening in there. So yes, it's a 3-year diploma program, and basically everyone can take it as farther as they can, because I took it to my house. I had my friends coming as guinea pig every day, basically, because I wanted more practice and I wanted to touch people and to understand what is happening in there. And I love to make all kinds of stuff with herbs, like all kinds of medicines, and because I don't like to give my kids any type of medicine other than something natural, so we make it at home, and we use like coconut oils or olive oils and as lotions, and it's a process that you learn basically at school how to make stuff, and then yes, you build from that.
And so tell me, with some of the things like herbs or essential oils, now when you break it down to a molecular formula, a lot of these are the same molecularly as a lot of the medications. However, you can't really patent natural ingredients. So you do see a lot of the really great results with things natural, even though they're not necessarily patented or endorsed by pharmaceutical companies.
And with probably way less side effects.
Completely, and also when you break it down to the molecular, the scientists like kind of take one part and then put it in a drug and then kind of use it. But when you take the whole herb or the whole components in the herb, they work differently in the body. They have their own wisdom and they know where to go, and if there's something is imbalanced, they go there. Even if you meant to fix something else, they would go to that area. So I would rather the whole instead
I always like to tell people, never hurts for people to start with natural first, drug second, surgery last. Someone can always have surgery, they can always have drugs, but it doesn't hurt to start with natural things first.
Completely.
Why start as invasive as possible if you can start invasive? And it's real cool learning about this because it sounds like a lot of the philosophy of chiropractors. I mean, I was born at home. I've never been to a doctor. I've never had a drug. I've never put, even sunscreens. People think there's little things. Sunscreens, they have so many different chemicals in that people don't even think about. And it's nice to know that there's traditional naturopaths that are making these things that we can buy and put on our skins that are natural and have the same effects or even better effects than the ones you're spending all this money for that are filled with the chemicals.
Completely. And actually, if you are eating the right nutrition and you give your skin the right nutrition, you don't need any of, especially not here in Michigan, the sun is not as tough as, let's say other
I'm
places.
from Miami, so
Miami,
the sun's a little different, a little hotter over there than here.
But even then, if you give the right nutrition, the right fats to your skin, it will protect you. It has the components to protect you.
Absolutely.
Now, I know you have a visual with the pillars of health that you like to talk about with traditional naturopathy. And if you want to come on over to the wall and show everybody the pillars, that would be fantastic.
Okay. So in traditional naturopathy, we talk about 8 pillars. The most important in my eyes is nutrition. We need to know what we put in our body. We need to make sure that we put nutrients and we can absorb it. Then we have herbal medicine. Herbs are extremely important for the body. They work with the body. They are energy entities. They know what to do. They relax the body. They strengthen the body. And it's amazing to work with them. Hydrotherapy, water, drink it, bathe in it. Do anything with water. Water is part of life, and it's extremely important. Education. It's very important to know what you're doing in your body, what is happening. Read books, talk to people, understand what is going on, understand what you're eating, understand what you're drinking, understand what is happening. Movement. We have a lymphatic system that it doesn't have a pump, and if we don't move, toxins are not coming out of the body. So any kind of movement. If you're an athletic, do whatever you're doing. If you're not, start moving, walk, dance, do whatever you like. Play with your kids. Body work. It's really important to relax the tissues, to move the lymph, to work on the body. You can do a massage, you can do a reflexology, you can do all types of things, either go to a professional or either do some of them by yourself. It's extremely important. Energy work. We're energy entities. Our whole body is is covered with energy. Energy affects the physical, and the physical affects the energy. Any kind of traumas changes the energy, and any kind of energy changes in the energy will affect the physical. The energy can balance and can do many miraculous things to the physical. And very important is to sleep. Many of us are sleeping, but they go to sleep for 8 hours, but are not really sleeping. They don't get into the deep sleep. They are not really relaxed. We want to relax the nervous system. We want to sleep, and we want to take the most effective things out of the sleep. And when we wake up, we want to feel really that we have a lot of power and we can start the day.
So of those pillars, what would you say is the most important one?
I would say the nutrition is the most important one. And it's, when we talk nutrition, is what I'm interested in, to know that you are getting the right nutrients in your body and you can absorb them.
And not to say that the rest of them aren't very important. Of course, we want to urge our studio audience that these are all very important things and they're all great for overall health and well-being. But like you said, if you could pick just one thing and someone wants to change one thing in their life, nutrition would be top of the list, huh?
Yes, and I would like to add that many people have the concept that if you eat healthy food, then you have to eat leafy stuff and green, and all the others are eating the hamburgers and they are having fun.
Yeah.
But if you actually eat the hamburger from the right animal, if the animal was eating what it's supposed to eat, you are getting minerals, you are getting vitamins, you are getting good stuff from the meat. Yes.
What is the assessment you do on your patients to figure out what nutritional things for them to eat?
I do iridology, and I look in the eye, and I can see their absorption ring, and I can see if they are able to absorb or not. And I also ask them about what they are eating, because this is my main stuff. I want to see their a daily example. And if they have wheat in their daily diet, I think they are not absorbing. And then my most accurate, it's reflexology. And we go, through the organs, through the systems, like liver and the stomach, and we can see, and even the large intestine, we can see also, if you eliminate right, or, everything that is happening in the body, and we can get a whole picture out of it if you're getting the right nutrients.
So just by looking in their eyes and certain reflexes, you can basically explain their whole nutrition. No blood tests, no nothing. And that's an incredible way of doing things.
Completely, and you can feel the tissues, when you are assessing the fit, you can feel the tissues. If they are, if something is stagnant there, if they are too rough, if they are soft, if they are moving, it's a lot of information. It's like a book. You open a book.
That's really interesting. So what kind of things do you look at when you look at someone's, the iridology would say, that would mean the iris, study of the iris, correct?
Correct.
And so you're looking for different color changes and all sorts of things, huh?
I'm looking, let's say, if I see a lot of brown, it's mean some liver deficiency. If I see orange, I know it's the pancreas, you eat too much sugar. I see if they're exhausted, if they are not exhausted. I see if they can absorb or not. I see the constitution. And this is actually gives you the whole picture of who are you, and then you can read your own personality, and you can know what foods are good for you and are not good for you. What type of activities you need to do in order to maintain everything.
What are some of the things you could maybe tell our audience that if someone could just change a couple things nutritional-wise, what are some of the easiest things that people could do to help themselves?
Oh, there is a lot. Wheat. I would cut wheat completely. Wheat is a GMO, it's genetically modified, and we are evolutionally, we are not able to handle it in our body. So it doesn't matter if you have celiac or don't have celiac, we are all sensitive to wheat. And it's blocking everything. Sugar is another issue, and all sugars are the same. It doesn't matter, processed is the most horrible. But even, honey and dates, you need to modify. Even fruits, you need
sweetness.
Yes, you need to very low. And there are when you buy something at the store, you need to look at the ingredients. And you know, now we all know that MSG is bad. Not many of us know why it's bad, but we think, okay, it's bad, so we can take 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. But when I explain to people that actually it's killing your brain cells, it's exciting the brain cells to death. So now it becomes a question of, well, how many brain cells do I donate today? 1, 2, 1,000, you know?
Depends how good the food tastes, huh?
Yeah, and it's getting worse when you donate your kids' brain cells.
Yeah. So I'm real excited to explain to the audience. I know you brought this cayenne pepper spray, and I'm real excited to show the audience, and I want to explain it because it's very exciting stuff. So if you can talk about the cayenne pepper spray, and then maybe we can try it out.
Sure, and the importance of different, herbs and things like that in people's natural diet, and how that can help. And I know cayenne is very good for all sorts of different things.
Yes, cayenne, it's amazing for the circulation system. It's actually opening the arteries, it's cleaning them from any things that it's on them. And this is a tincture. It's alcohol-based, it's vodka and cayenne, or whatever hot pepper you have at home. And it's, when you spray it, you can, if you're brave, you spray it straight into the mouth. You can put in some water and take it with water. You know, it depends of your brave level. But it's opening and it gives you some vitality. And I would use cayenne in everything I cook. Like, it's amazing spice. And I think that herbs are amazing because as we look at everything holistically, like if I want to make my immune system much stronger, I will not look only on herbs that are for the immune system. I will look on herbs that's for digestive system, because if I am strengthening the digestive, then I'm getting the right nutrients, and then my immune system also is getting stronger.
Absolutely.
So herbs can give you a variety of everything.
Would you say are there some different herbs you'll use for liver compared to herbs you'll use for kidneys or things like that?
Yes, for kidneys it's amazing. We use a lot of ginger. We can put a ginger poultice on, like you just, you grate ginger and you just put it on your kidneys area and you just lay down on it. And it's amazing. It's getting really, really hot and it's actually excreting all the toxins out of the kidneys, and it's amazing. And there is milk thistle for the liver. And there is calendula. I like really calendula because it's cleaning your lymph system. It's really soothing your digestive system. And it's a beautiful flower. Like when you put it in the tea, it looks really yellow. And especially now in the winter that we don't have the sun, you know, when you suddenly you look at something yellowish, you already heal just of looking at the flower.
And you said if someone's really brave, they could use the cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I think
right
I'm brave.
in, right?
If you're brave.
All right, let's do it.
L'chaim.
All right, Doc, you can go first.
I thought you're the brave one.
All
here.
right. We'll see how brave you are. I'll do 2 sprays.
It's very spicy. You can feel the cayenne.
You really feel a blood rush.
Exactly. You can feel the blood rush.
That's good.
So if you wake up in the morning a little bit sluggish, and
That
you don't
will
want
wake
to
you
go
right up.
for the root cause, then you just spritz it in the mouth.
This is actually cleaning off all the arteries, cleaning the plaque off. So
It does,
there's a lot of health benefits to this cayenne pepper spray.
completely.
That's incredible.
I know we have a video clip of another naturopath talking about some benefits of cayenne even years and years ago. Obviously, this has been around for such a long time, but talking about some really benefits for blood flow. So if we could roll that video clip, we'll talk about it after.
The cayenne equalizes the bloodstream from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. A case where a boy 8 years old was shot by his little brother in play with a bullet that went into his bowel, took off part of the adrenal gland, part of the lung, hit the spinal cord, ricocheted after it had cut the cord, hit the spine and ricocheted out and made the second hole. And the blood was pumping out both of these. Right, so the neighbor next door heard the shot, and knowing none of the parents were home, she rushed over. Seeing what had happened, she didn't stop with a teaspoon of cayenne, she gave him nearly a tablespoon. And he was in shock, and he just drank it down, no complaints, of course. And by the time she got a phone call to the sheriff and to the hospital, the child was not bleeding anymore. They came from 18 miles away at the primary children's hospital to pick this boy up. And they had told her to shove toweling down in the area of bleeding death before they'd get there. Well, she just put toweling over it. But when they got there, they put him in the ambulance, and he was talking his little head off, as an 8-year-old will. On exploratory surgery, the surgeon said that he had never seen such a clean job. The lower cavity had very little blood in it. Very little blood, because it had stopped because of the cayenne.
It's very interesting. I mean, that's a really incredible testimonial that he's talking about with the cayenne pepper. But even on a daily basis, for people taking it as a supplement, you can see some really different changes in their body with blood flow, huh?
Completely. And even adding it to soups, to everything you cook with, it's amazing. And you know, people who are not used to hot and spicy, they can add slowly more and more.
Even a little is better than nothing, right?
Exactly.
And
yes.
even with cuts, you were telling me that someone cuts their finger, cuts their arm, or they're bleeding, they can apply cayenne pepper, huh?
They can apply it, and then the bleeding will stop. And it's really amazing,
Yeah, I mean,
especially in the
for
kitchen.
thousands of years they've been using capsaicins or hot peppers to build immune system and to help with healing things. So the thing is we just got to go back to the past when they were using natural things for healing. Before there was 10,000 drugs to pick from, they were using natural herbs, natural spices, natural things to get people well, and we moved away from that. But I'm glad there's traditional naturopaths that are actually bringing it back because it's natural.
And it's simple. Sometimes it's too simple and people cannot believe that it's working.
Yeah.
But, you know, I work a lot on relaxation of the nervous system because I believe when the body is relaxed, then it can start working and it can fix everything that
that goes perfect with what we do. You know, as we work with the spine houses the nervous system, and that is our main goal is just, you know, keep the spine healthy so that the nervous system can communicate properly. So really that's great that it, you know, kind of goes hand in hand with exactly what you do.
Yeah, and even with chiropractic, we know that the emotional aspect, the physical, it's all intertwined with each other. All these things can cause problems within your body. So if we can tune in on see which one's causing it, we're not looking at one thing, we're looking at the body as a whole. And like you said, holistic, you're looking at the whole thing. You can't just pick at a symptom. You want to see where the root cause is. If we correct the cause of something, then the symptom's not there.
will not come back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, even as you said, emotionally, most people don't realize our bodies are little chemical factories. I mean, we have thousands of little chemicals being produced all the time. And even from different emotional states, the body produces a different set of body chemistry. So all sorts of things, like you said, physically, chemically, and even emotionally can affect physically the way we feel and physically the way we function.
Completely. And many times, you know, we hold traumas in our lungs. And many times with my clients, when I worked on their lungs, on their feet reflexes, many things started to come up and they cry and many emotions came up and it's kind of clearing them. Mm-hmm. And other symptoms started to disappear because, you know, they were just holding it in there emotionally.
Have you noticed it's harder to get people to understand what you do because they're so used to?
Completely.
Yeah.
They are so used to automatically. Okay, give me the pill and I will continue everything I'm doing. I will not change anything. You can fix me.
Yeah.
I'm working on a different approach.
Absolutely.
I'm expecting you to work with me and to make a change. You know, you don't need to make the change to go to the extreme at the beginning. You make a small change each time, and then you can go really far.
And you want them to go along with it and help and be part of the process, not just one magic pill that fixes everything. There's all the different pillars as you spoke of, and each one of them is very important. The patients need to work on each one with you, almost as you're like the coach rather than just
exactly
the doctor. Yeah. It's
exactly.
a team. It's a team effort.
And the education is really important because I need my client to know and to understand why we're doing it, and then he will be more proactive.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. That's all
Thank
the
you
time
very
we have
much.
for this episode. Again, this has been Ask the Chiropractor. I'm Dr. Adam Rodnick out of Commerce Township.
And I'm Dr. Ruben Rubenstein out of Troy, Michigan.
And remember that God gave you the gift of life, and what you do with that life is your gift back to God. We'll see you next time on Ask the Chiropractor.